Hi, good afternoon. This is Pete from Blackwell Financial Services, and I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you on this Friday afternoon, and hope you get some meaningful takeaways from them. So, last week we talked about financial instability, and I got to thinking about that after we did our Facebook Live. And so, one of the things that I sort of pondered and thought about was there's these reports out there about people that can't afford a $500 or $400 expense right now. So my question or thought to myself was, how financially vulnerable are some people, particularly given the COVID situation right now? So I did a little research, and ABC News recently cited a 2018 Federal Reserve survey, and ABC reported that the 40% of the people in America could not meet an unexpected, sudden $400 expense. And so I dug into that, and that's not quite the entire story that ABC, how they reported or how they should have reported it. What the Federal Reserve survey actually said was that 60% of Americans, just over 60%, could take care of a $400 sudden unexpected emergency out of cash or a credit card. Now, just because 60% can do that does not mean the other 40% cannot. There might be other cash alternatives. But anyway, we wanted to address that issue. So the first thing to maybe think about is, make a plan so that we don't have an inability to deal with those unexpected emergencies. So when I say make a plan, it should be your own plan. Don't follow the herd. A lot of times we'll hear on the news or you read something that says, hey, the average person saves this amount of money, or the average person has this much debt. Well, that might be misleading. If you see the number and say, hey, I'm doing pretty good, I'm saving more money than the average person. Well, again, that might be misleading, because if the average person is saving very little or not saving anything at all, and there's many Americans that don't, then that's not good, and it is misleading you and lulling you into a false sense of security. In a simplistic example, if you're saving $100 a month and somebody else is saving 50, yeah, you're doing better than the average, but $100 a month is probably not enough. So don't follow the herd, set your own plan. The second thought was to manage our expenses. Sometimes making more money is not the only answer, or is not the right answer, but making money is always good. More money is always good, and that might be one of the answers, but oftentimes the answer is a combination of two: more income and making better expense choices. So let's assume we can't make any money. We don't want to go out and get a part-time job. If there's two of us in the household, we're both working, or whatever the case might be. So let's turn our attention to the expenses. Is there something there that we can manage? I routinely sit down with couples and we do a complete analysis of all their expenses, their incomes, their hopes, their aspirations. And we look at all this stuff and I go, well, you're just not really saving enough money to achieve the goals that you have indicated you would like to achieve, whether that's to buy a new, larger home, or to get a lake property, or just to save for college for our kids, or to save for retirement, whatever it might be, right? And I say we need to be saving a little bit more. And since you two have small kids and need to be at home after work, you don't want to get another job, the easiest thing to do is to take a hard look at our expenses. And they say to me, we can't save any more money. We've trimmed, there's no discretionary income. And all the while, they've got 12 bucks of Starbucks coffee sitting on the table in front of them. So I just sort of chuckle and say, I nuke my mocha before I leave the house every morning. So when you're looking at your expenses to see if you can cut them, be honest with yourself. And sometimes that's difficult to do. The third and last point I think that I wanted to mention is establishing a separate emergency fund account. Sometimes we not intentionally lie to ourselves, but mislead ourselves. And folks will try to get that emergency fund started. And they'll just say, well, we'll set aside this $300 in our checking account, or this $500 in our checking account. And then what they do is, they sort of dip into that and come back out. And so it's not really separated, not really available in an emergency if you needed it. So go out and establish a separate account and then look at funding that. I mentioned expenses already. We don't want to spend too much, obviously, but we can sometimes have more money coming into our lifestyle. So maybe it's a bonus from work, or maybe an inheritance, or maybe one spouse didn't have a job and went and got a part-time job. So ask yourself, when you suddenly come into some additional assets or additional money, is my lifestyle okay? Are we living okay? Are we enjoying our lifestyle? And if the answer is yes, don't spend it all. I mean, if you get a $1,000 bonus, reward yourself. You worked hard, you got a bonus. Take 10%, spend $100, go out to dinner, go to the lake for the weekend, do a staycation getaway and get a hotel there in your town. Keep that $100, but put the other $900 into that separate emergency fund account, or into your long-term savings, or pay down some debt. As we try to build up that emergency fund account, that'd be a great place to put that extra $900 though. And we want to do that because we just don't know when the next COVID rainy day is going to come along. So in summarizing, I just say, as you get back on your feet, and as America gets back on its feet, as we all get back on our feet, as we all pull it together, set a goal, make a plan, and stash some cash as quick as you can, because you don't know, we might have another COVID thing in the fall. A lot of people are talking about that. I hope not. It's been terrible. But stash some cash. And if you need some help making a plan, give me a call, text me. So we wish you the best of luck. We hope you have a great weekend coming up. And again, you can reach out to us here at Blackwell Financial Services via text or call at 509-359-9788. Thanks so much and have a great day.